We've got some amazing cameos. I think we really outdid ourselves this season.
Star Trek's animated comedy has been delighting fans with its quirky humor and surprising cameos for 4 seasons now, and it looks like Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5 is gearing up to deliver even more excitement. According to showrunner Mike McMahan, the upcoming season is already in the works and is set to feature some special appearances from new Star Trek favorites. So who could these new cameos be? Stay tuned as we'll reveal Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5 reveals crazy cameos. Lower Decks canceled. Even though Season 5 of Star Trek Lower Decks is currently in production and we can look forward to an official trailer and release date soon, the creators have delivered some bittersweet news. In a touching post on Instagram, series creator Mike McMahan and executive producer Alex Kurtzman have confirmed that this upcoming 5th season will be the final voyage for the hilarious animated series. Here is what they had to say. To the fans, we wanted to let you know that this fall will be the 5th and final season of Star Trek Lower Decks. While 5 seasons of any series these days seems like a miracle, it is no exaggeration to say that every second we have spent making this show has been a dream come true. Our incredible cast, crew, and artists have given you everything they have because they love the characters they play, they love the world we've built, and more than anything, we all love Star Trek. So it is heartwarming to hear how much passion has gone into crafting Lower Decks from the talented team that is behind it. Despite it being the end, they clearly cherish the opportunity to bring this corner of the Star Trek universe to life over 5 seasons, which is indeed a rare accomplishment nowadays. They go on to share their excitement about the 5th season currently in the works, saying, "We're excited for the world to see our hilarious 5th season, which we're working on right now. And the good news is that all previous episodes will remain on Paramount Plus, so there is still so much to look forward to as we celebrate the Cerritos crew with a big send-off." So while it is the final frontier for now, fans can still revel in the previous adventures on Paramount Plus while looking forward to one last wildly funny mission with the lovable Cerritos crew. Despite Netflix saving Prodigy, it's unlikely that Lower Decks finds a new home. Unfortunately, it is very unlikely that Lower Decks finds a new home after Paramount Plus cancels it, despite fans wanting more. Now, this is different from Star Trek Prodigy, which Netflix saved after Paramount Plus axed it. The reason is because when Prodigy was canceled, Season 2 was almost completely made already. For Netflix, just buying those finished episodes was cheaper than paying for a brand new Lower Decks season. Plus, Prodigy's more kid-friendly style could attract more viewers to Netflix. But Lower Decks' edgy humor only appeals to a smaller audience, even among Trekkies. So another service may not want to revive it if not enough people watch. So while fans are campaigning hard, Prodigy's Netflix rescue was likely a one-time thing. The hilarious Lower Decks crew is probably stuck being canceled, no matter how much fans want them back. And that makes enjoying Season 5 even more important as their final adventure. How has the cast reacted to this? We know that McMahon and Quaid said, but catch this, Noel Wells showing major love for Tendi. And Jerry O'Connell dropped a sweet tribute to Commander Ransom. You love to see that energy. And when we talk about enjoying the upcoming Season 5, I got some amazing news for you. Teases for Lower Decks Season 5. Mike McMahan, the genius behind Lower Decks, has been dropping some seriously juicy hints about the epic cameos lined up for Season 5. And let me tell you, it's got us all buzzing with excitement. McMahan straight up teased, "We've got some amazing cameos planned, but I won't get too specific." Oh, the suspense is killing us. But wait, there's more, he added. "We really outdid ourselves this season. Stuff nobody could expect. Stuff that was very difficult to lock everybody into." Wow, now that is a bold claim, and we are itching to find out exactly what he means. But let's rewind to last season's finale for a second. That episode set the bar sky high with the iconic Robert Duncan McNeil reprising his role as Nick Locarno, the infamous disgraced Starfleet cadet from The Next Generation. And let's also not forget the return of Wesley Crusher, voiced by Will Wheaton himself, and Cito Jaxa, who McMahon revealed was a real challenge to track down. So with legends like Will Wheaton already making an appearance, who could possibly top that? According to Tawny Newsome, the voice of our beloved Beckett Mariner, we might be in for some serious Starfleet bigwigs or former Enterprise crew members. At a recent convention, she hinted that there is someone coming up in Season 5 who has her absolutely stoked, but she couldn't spill the beans just yet. Now, if Tawny had her way, she'd be summoning Avery Brooks as Captain Sisko and Terry Farrell as Jadzia Dax from Deep Space Nine. I mean, could you imagine that? Those cameos would be out of this world. It's enough to make any Trekkie's head spin. But here's the big question. Is McMahan hinting at these Deep Space Nine legends, or does he have even crazier surprises up his sleeve? One thing is for certain, this season's cameo game is about to be off the charts, and we cannot wait to see what mind-blowing twists and turns await us. What storyline could Lower Decks Season 5 explore? Well, here's the deal with Season 5. Nobody knows how far into production they got before getting that cancellation bomb drop. A whack cliffhanger ending could definitely be on the menu. Making TV is really never easy, but getting actors on a green screen set is one thing. Straight up animating all those scenes is next level. So I'm hoping Lower Decks doesn't pull a fade out on us mid-story. Remember that Season 2 finale when they bagged Freeman? A cliffhanger like whoa? Then they gave us that hilarious follow-up in Montana with the Phoenix and all? But leaving it all unresolved off screen? Nah fam, not having it. So our girl Tendi bounced for Orion at the end of Season 4. Are they really going to leave us hanging without her for a whole final season? Nah, I can't see them doing us just like that. My bet is that they'll pick up the thread right away in Episode 1, then we get the full crew back together to finish strong. But wait, because there's more. Mike McMahan himself has been dropping some insight on Tendi's situation. He straight up told Inverse Tendi will return. Tendi is not being written out of the show. This isn't a bad thing for Tendi. She is going to go and kick some ass. Annie doubled down in his chat with the Mary Sue, saying Tendi's been trying to figure out is she Starfleet or is she the mistress of the winter constellations. And at the end of this episode, she's like, no, I'm Devana Tendi. I'm something new that exists in both. And my sister wants me to come back to Orion. Well, she might have bit off a little more than she can chew. So it sounds like shaking up Tendi's status quo could be the right move for Lower Decks in the long run. Even if she's back on the Cerritos in no time, sending her away first will at least throw a fresh twist into those early Season 5 storylines. After taking the captain's chair for a hot minute, it seems Boimler is eyeing a command track career, but don't sleep on his transporter clone William that's out there somewhere. McMahan may be setting him up as the big bad for Season 5. And speaking of McMahan, the dude's been teasing a wedding storyline, a long-awaited trip to some mystery planet that he's been itching to send the Cerritos crew to. He's got to keep us on our toes. And let's not forget about the newly reformed hologram Guji, voiced by Jack McBrayer. With him now able to interact with the physical world, you know Rutherford and the rest of the gang are going to find some new wild ways to get him involved. So while we may be losing Lower Decks eventually, it does sound like McMahan and the writers have plenty of fresh twists and turns locked and loaded to keep things interesting until the very end. One fan said, I'm 59 and remember watching reruns of the original series after school as a kid. I have enjoyed all the Trek shows since then too. I love Lower Decks, in particular for the many Easter eggs for previous Trek shows and films. The humor is also spot on. I hope it runs for many more years. Another fan said, as weird as it may sound, Lower Decks was the first Trek I ever watched. I loved it on its own, but it's so enthusiastic about Trek and its references, it made me want to go back and watch TNG, etc. to enjoy it even more. Such a great show, 10 more seasons please. And with the sad news of the show being canceled after Season 5, be sure to click on this link as we look at There's No Hope. Star Trek Legacy seriously will never happen.